Hey everyone, it's Norm. It is November 4th, 2017, and this is our update on the persecuted church around the world. This is from persecution.org. Um, Two priests from Vinh Diocese in central Vietnam were surrounded and threatened on Monday by a mob of 300 people waving red flags, in what the clergymen and rights group said is part of a broad pattern of government-supported abuse in the Southeast Asian country. Dominic Van Duong Ki and Joseph Nguyen Ngoc Nhu were at the Diem My Commune People's Committee office, the local government office, discussing their earlier petition for help against threats from thuggish groups when the crowd appeared, Key said. We came from work to, quote, we came to work with them to solve the problems, but they had arranged people to come to threaten us. They said the group had gathered spontaneously, but that's impossible, unquote, Key told RFA's Vietnamese service. It took several hours before the priests felt safe to walk from the government office to their car, he said. Quote, when we were then about to go home, but our parishioners told us not to go because they heard that people had prepared knives, swords, and even laid electrified wire on the road. But we still decided to go, and luckily we all got home safely, unquote, said Key. Vietnam social media users have pointed out that people calling themselves quote-unquote red flag groups have mobilized online and occasionally in person to attack Catholic parishes and parishioners. The group's members dress in red and hold the Vietnamese Communist Party's standard red flag with a yellow star and flags bearing the hammer and sickle. On Facebook, the red flag groups have called priests reactionary black crows, among other epithets. So, we can debate theology on Christians and Catholics and so on, but these groups just hear the name Christ, and the groups that persecute Christians don't care about the theology behind it, whether it's right or wrong, whether they're true or false Christians, whether they're following the true Christ or false Christ. All these groups hear is the name Christ. And so these people are persecuted because of it, because they bear that name. And so I'll excuse me, I'll share stories from time to time about Catholic priests as well, and it doesn't hurt to pray for them as well. Pray that in being protected from persecution, they may come to know the true gospel of grace and not a gospel of works. And so just keep these guys in prayer. Again, it's another situation in Vietnam where not only are they affected by religious persecution, but government persecution, where they just don't follow the laws and bend the laws around these groups that persecute them. So let's keep these priests in our prayers. Keep all the persecuted brothers and sisters in Vietnam in our prayers, and continue to pray for all of our persecuted brothers and sisters around the world. And as always, preach the gospel at all times. Use words. They're necessary. Until tomorrow, Soli Deo Gloria.